Zohran Mamdani. I've been saying to my family recently, Mamdani, it's like such a great word to say in a New York accent. Mamdani, Mamdani. Unfortunately, that's the most affection that I can give Zohran Mamdani at the moment because he has a program that he advocates that is just frankly insane, if not also just really immoral. Both in terms of his foreign policy belief, not that you can do much with that as mayor of New York, although you do have a soft power, so it gives you a platform and a voice, but also his domestic policies, which are, we know from the past, can lead to economic turmoil. But that's neither here nor there. I wanted to show you a clip where he's on the press and confronted about his seeming support for the term globalize the intifada, which is another way of simply saying death to Jews. Okay, there's no difference in my mind. The Intifada was about killing Jews as a form of terrorism to try and destroy Israel. Nothing more, nothing less. And for those that say, well, it's because, they're just trying to resist. Oh dear. I'll deal with that in a moment. But let's just have a watch of the clip.
Give you an opportunity to respond here and now. Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead the city is that
he doesn't condemn.
Which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights. And ultimately, that's what is the foundation of so much
condemn
of
it.
Politics, the belief that freedom and justice and safety are things that to have meaning have to be applied to all people, and that includes Israelis and Palestinians alike.
But do you actually condemn it? I think that's the question and the outstanding issue that a number of people, both of the Jewish faith and beyond, have. Do you condemn that phase, globalize the Intifada, which a lot of people hear as a call to violence against Jews?
I've heard from many Jewish New Yorkers who have shared their concerns with me, especially in light of the horrific attacks that we saw in Washington, D.C. and in Boulder, Colorado, about this moment of anti-Semitism in our country and in our city. And I've heard those fears and I've had those conversations, and ultimately they are part and parcel of why in my campaign I put forward a commitment to increase funding for anti-hate crime programs by 800%. I believe that the role of the mayor is to police speech in the manner especially of that of Donald Trump, who has put one New Yorker in jail who's just returned to his family, Mahmoud Khalil, for that very supposed crime of speech. Ultimately, what I think I need to show is...
Let me just put, I can guarantee you right now, with all my... I'll go all in on this, right? That if Zohran Mamdani heard someone say, kill, Indians, or kill black people, or kill Chinese or Asians, I guarantee you he would say, of course I condemn it. So, if he's like, I'm not here to police free speech, give me a break.
The ability to not only talk about something, but to tackle it and to make clear that there's no room for anti-Semitism in this city. We have to root out that bigotry, and ultimately we do that through the actions, and that is the mayor I will be, one that protects Jewish New Yorkers and lives up to that commitment.
I don't feel protected.
Quickly, for the people who care about the language and who feel really concerned by that phrase, why not just condemn it?
My concern is... to start to walk down the line of language and making clear what language I believe is permissible or impermissible takes me into a place similar to that of the president, who is looking to do those very kinds of things, putting people in jail for writing an op-ed, putting them in jail for protesting. Ultimately, it's not language that I use. It's language I understand there are concerns about. And what I will do is showcase my vision for the city through my words and my actions.
Let me ask you,
I'm sorry. I am sorry. When you condemn a phrase, are you telling me he's never condemned any statement in his life? Everyone has. Everyone said, I condemn that. No one's saying we're therefore calling for curtails on free speech. We're just saying, do you agree with that or not? And do you condemn it? No one's saying condemn therefore means, people should be prosecuted for saying stuff like, globalize the Intifada, which, by the way, I think there's a very good conversation to be had there, because I think that is incitement. I mean, just imagine if someone said to Mr. Mamdani, do you condemn the phrase globalize the slave trade? Just imagine that was the case. They're talking about they want to recreate the slave trade of old that occurred in America. Do you condemn it? well, I mean, it's not language I would use. I think we have to be very careful. Now, I've been so passionate about, fighting against slavery and all those things, and that's really matters to me, and I care so much. Okay, fine. So just show us how much you care by, do you condemn it? Well, I think that we have to look at things and everything the way we do in the government and this and that and the other and the regulation. That, and, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to stand up. Do you condemn it? No. That's the answer that he refused to give, but he did give, really. He doesn't condemn it. And now we know exactly where he stands. The Intifada was about saying, we're going to find Jews, we're going to find Israelis, and we're going to kill them for the crime of being Israeli or Jewish. And those that say, well, that's just resistance. There's so many ways to tackle this. But the most simple proof that it's nothing to do with resistance is that there was anti-Semitism, ideological, jihadist, Islamist violence against Jews before Israel's re-establishment. So if it happened before, then that means the cause is nothing to do with Israel, and it's nothing to do with resisting. Nothing to do with it at all. We've been lied to about what really happened in 1948, which is why you must watch this message. I want to share something important with you. The entire anti-Israel movement is built on one central accusation, that in 1948, Israel stole the land, and ever since, Palestinians have simply been resisting. But what if everything we've been told about this story is untrue? What if the real history of 1948 shows not Arabs being forced out, but Jews, while seeking peace, having to fight for their survival against a genocidal enemy that willed its destruction long before Israel's re-establishment? Have a watch of the trailer for our new, groundbreaking and essential documentary entitled What Really Happened in 1948. And if you want to see the full film, just click the link in the video description. In 1948, the world witnessed the rebirth of the Jewish state, the State of Israel. A moment celebrated as a miracle of survival and self-determination after centuries of persecution and the horrors of the Holocaust. Yet for decades, this event has been twisted into a narrative of theft and catastrophe, with the so-called Nakba portrayed as Israel's original sin, where Jews allegedly stole Arab land and displaced innocents in a premeditated act of ethnic cleansing. But what if this story is fundamentally inverted? What if the cause and effect are the other way around? Not Israel aggressively seizing territory and Arabs responding in self-defense, but Arabs, driven by deep-seated hatred, rejecting the Jews' legal and historical rights to live in their ancestral homeland and waging a genocidal war long before Israel's re-establishment. In this JTV Plus documentary, we're going to uncover the unvarnished truth about 1948, the centuries of pogroms and anti-Semitic violence that set the stage, the Arab leaders' explicit calls for extermination, and the defensive war Israel fought to secure its existence. We'll challenge the pervasive lies head-on, showing how Arab rejection of peace wasn't about creating a Palestinian state, but about denying Jews the right to live at all. From the Nazi-allied leader of the Arabs in Palestine, the Mufti al-Husseini, to the forgotten occupations by Jordan and Egypt, when no Palestinian state was even considered, this is the story of a conflict rooted not in displacement, but in whether the Jews deserve to live in their homeland. Join us as we debunk the myths with facts, confront the historical record fairly but firmly, and reveal why 1948 was not an act of aggression, but a righteous response to annihilation. This is what really happened in 1948. To watch this JTV Plus documentary and access much more premium content, click on the link in the video description.